Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I want to talk about Friday Night at Freddys. The absolutely fantastic smash success, $78 million opening weekend. Absolutely brilliant. And I want to talk about what Friday Night at Freddys means for Dungeons & Dragons. So let's dig into it. All right, so first of all, what does Friday Night at Freddys mean for Dungeons & Dragons? Well, I think it's a very exciting. It's exciting from the following. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me before I go one step further. Full, robust spoilers for Friday Nights at Freddys here. Okay, the film. All right. So basically, we have constructs. We have animated creatures in Dungeons and Dragons. In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, for realsies now Hasbro D&D, right? We have two major automaton sources within Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition who are front and center and extremely prominent in Dungeons & Dragons right now. The first is Warforged. They came in through Eberron. They were created in 3rd edition. They were echoed in 4th edition, and they are full on embodied, right, with a full setting D&D canon hardback in 5th edition, right? And then Modrons. Modrons have been around since 2nd edition, okay? And Modrons are now front and center, coming at us from one of the full-blown D&D canon slipcase settings, right? There are two of them now. There is Spelljammer, and there is Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse. And this is very important to understand. We are no longer in the like Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. I have a 40 video playlist on it. You should check it out, right? But Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen is nothing compared to Spelljammer and to Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse. And I think going forward, they will never do a setting book again. It will always be setting D&D canon slipcases. And that's where you see the real execution of a setting, right? And Modrons are front and center in Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse, right? So, Friday Night at Freddys comes from the concept of ghost children controlling giant robots. Ghost children inside, right, an automaton, right? So, and it was absolutely brilliant and a full-on success. And here's the kicker. Dungeons & Dragons recognizes success and replicates success. What are you talking about, Scott? Harry Potter. Massive, huge American success, right? Strixhaven, here you go. Dungeons & Dragons, here's your version of Harry Potter, right? So now that Friday Night at Freddys is coming out, we have two. Actually, I know what you're thinking. Oh, they should just bring it into Magic Secret Lair, and then it's D&D canon, right? Like, that's not the way it works. Wait a second, Scott. Where was D&D canon for Secret Lair? Let me talk you through that, right? So D&D, Dungeons & Dragons canon, Stranger Things box set starter. Oh, Dungeons & Dragons canon, right? And actually, I'm sorry, Magic the Gathering canon, Secret Lair, Stranger Things. There's your connection, right? Click, 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 right? So now, but the thing is, I don't think they should bring in Friday Night through Freddys through that. I think they should simply allow player characters to play a ghost which inhabits either a Modron or a Warforged, right? And this should happen when their player character dies, right? And it's a second resurrection option, right? So not every adventurer has 50,000 gold pieces sitting around so they can get a resurrection, right? What you should do is, and that's okay, because your player characters should be able, your player character, your living player character compatriots, they should be able to bring you to a Warforged, to a non-initiated Warforged, a Warforged that was never brought to life in the factory and that was dormant until a second round of the war stage, right? and then literally just bottle the soul of your dead, player character, and then have the rest of the player character's quest to drop that soul into an uninitialized Warforged or an uninitialized Modron, right? And then you have something unique and new, right? You have a playable Modron with the ghost of a dead D&D player character. And now you have all the history of that player character beautifully, perfectly stored in this Warforge, and you get all the benefits of a Warforge, which is fully established, and then you get all the benefits of the Modron, which is fully detailed out in Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse, which would not have been possible without that book, right? This is a fantastic option that comes straight from a massive American success. I absolutely think this should be necessary. Your player character dies, no problem. Your Dungeons & Dragons fellow player characters scoop up your soul in a bottle, and then they pour you right into a Warforged or a Modron, right? Which has never been initialized, right? That is an excellent way to give more resurrection options, and it's not exactly a resurrection, but so it's a resurrection analog, right? To player characters, and a great way to continue the drumbeat echo rhythm of American success. Drop it in D&D, just like we did with Harry Potter. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.